He's giant.
Oh!
Yeah! Yeah!
It's a 14 or 15.
Oh! None of this trip was even supposed to happen. I've been fishing since I was 2 years old. I've seen the majority of the country, fished on the Elite Series the last 2 years, made videos, but nothing will compare to what happened at this lake right back here behind me, OH Ivie, 5 years ago. We went on a trip to this lake that wasn't even supposed to happen. We were just glad we found a body of water that didn't have ice on it. And what happened in 2 days of fishing out here completely changed the dynamic of fishing in Texas and made this place right back behind us the hottest fishery in the entire world. It wasn't even possible to understand how important and impactful that trip would be on our lives and on the entire fishing industry, let alone Elm Creek or 6 Sense Fishing. But now that 5 years have passed, we can have a little bit more perspective to tell this unbelievable story that has never really been told before.
The stereotypical fisherman. Well, I think you got two. You got the guy that likes to fish a few times a year. He's got fishing rods and reels in his garage. He likes to go fish a stock pond. And then you have the tournament angler.
And there's a lot of aspects to the fishing industry. For me, I'm a bass fishing guide. And Ben, he does the YouTube and content creation. But there's also a tournament scene behind all of it that we really, really get involved in. And that's when the addiction really gets in. And when you go fishing and you have some success, the excitement, the adrenaline, the rush all comes out. And I feel like it's a natural thing, almost like we were just meant to do it.
Most of the fishermen that I know are the good old boys. They're fun to be around. It's what makes the sport great, where it's really, your rural guys that just come from a good family background, and it's part of the reason why I like this industry. It is the good old boys.
Fish growing up for everything, but bass fishing wise, I started fishing tournaments at the end of high school and then into college. We met at Old Hickory at the ABA National Championship.
We actually met before that, but that's where we started.
Yeah, we had fished against each other in those tournaments, and I was never wanted to talk to him.
Yeah,
because the way he is.
He's a great American fisherman. He can drive the new boat. This probably wasn't a good idea.
Yeah, so in 2020, we decided to put together what we called almost like a pro staff retreat. And we were gonna get all our core crew guys together and go on a fishing trip.
Casey said, let's go to Choke Canyon, because Choke Canyon in South Texas was kind of like the hot lake at the time, the last couple of years. We all like to get together, catch big fish, drink beer, have a good time, spend time. It was like a camaraderie type thing.
So when it came to 2021 in time for the trip, a freak ice storm had hit Texas.
The winter of 2021, that's a crazy deal. Snowmageddon.
Millions without electricity in Texas.
Deadly storms sweep the country from the northeast to the southwest.
West Texas under a blizzard warning. We reported earlier.
I want to get to that disaster in Texas.
At that moment, I'd never seen snow like that in Texas. Being in Texas in the warm climate, it's something that nobody had, they called it a 500-year storm, so nobody had ever seen anything like that. And our infrastructure is just not built for that. We don't have the snow plows. We don't have anything like that. And we just weren't ready for it.
It's just insane.
Never happened.
It's never happened.
It was record lows.
It was like 100-year storm or more record. And so that was really what misdirected us from Choke Canyon and changed the entire trajectory of our trip. It was probably somewhere in Kansas we started to have those conversations like,
where are we gonna go?
What are we gonna do? Because we don't know where we're gonna go. And then I had remembered a guy had messaged me on Instagram, I think, and he had told me like a month before, like, hey, have you ever fished West Texas? Like, there's a lake called OH Ivie where we had a club tournament and some guys have been catching like 7-8 pounders in it. So if you're ever in the area, you should check it out. And for some reason, I was like, well, maybe that would be a place where there'd be open water.
OH Ivie historically has been kind of up and down, and over the years it had been down. It had not been a good fishery. It's a Colorado river chain lake, and I hadn't heard much about it.
You know, I'd heard that there were fish, and I knew that there used to be big fish in there, but man, I hadn't heard anything in years. You know, this is 11 years after the last thing I'd heard about OH Ivie.
OH Ivie is a really interesting lake and unique lake because water level fluctuates a lot over time.
It had been really low.
Yeah,
really
super low for like 10 years before, and then the year before it had come up.
This lake had got something, what we call a new lake effect or new lake syndrome. The lake had dropped really low, all the habitat grew back up, and then the lake came back up, and it already had the genetics, already had the forage, and the fish were able to thrive, and they weren't touched, they weren't pressured.
Well, I'd never been out in that area of Texas, so it's in its own way, it's pretty, you know.
It was the first place we saw the entire way on the way south that had open water. And when we pulled up and got out of the truck, it was like 10 degrees and windy.
It was literally 10 degrees.
It was 10 degrees and it was windy.
We've had the freaking cold front of the century has hit Texas. I've never seen anything like it, and we have finally found a lake that doesn't have ice on it.
We get to the lake, it's probably 9 o'clock or so. We put every article of clothing, boots, socks, outerwear on that we have.
Water is absolutely frigid. It's still trying to figure out what temperature it is, but I think it's gonna be mid to high 30s. Not ideal for Texas.
It was tough. You couldn't make about a half a cast and you're froze up. Your guide just froze.
I mean, make a cast, get it in, pop every single guide out like you do.
Put it in the water.
Put it in the water, dip it quick and make a cast before it freezes while you're reeling it in. And it was like you couldn't do it.
It was about impossible.
Couldn't commit. He's still looking at it.
So I switched to a little 3-inch swim bait on a little tiny jig head and a spinning rod. And that is when it started to happen.
Yeah! Woo-hoo-hoo! We're in Texas now, boys!
Oh, yeah, buddy.
Oh! 7-12. Yeah! 8-5. This is a freak show. We've never been to this place before.
This was the first time where forward-facing sonar had reached the maturity of technology where you could actively look out a long ways from the front of the boat, see a fish that was suspended, cast your bait, see your bait on the screen, and work it over the top of that fish and watch the fish react.
There's a big one right there. You can see off the edge. Pan out here. Nothing. And then up here is where you got the sticks. Went that way, and you can see fish suspended on the top of them a little bit.
So forward-facing sonar is probably the most revolutionary technology that we've ever seen. We've never been able to see underwater before. We've always fished off instinct and what we call pattern, but now you have the ability to go out to areas that you've always known there's fish, but there's no way to target them. You take a big lake like that out in the very middle of the lake where it's 30, 40, 50 foot deep. We've always assumed they were out there. We've never had a way to prove it, and we've definitely never had a way to target them. And with forward-facing sonar, it all changed.
Real slow, push it. Got him. Oh, big. Got him. My God. I'm never fishing anywhere else again. What the hell is half 34 pounds in one day?
Fishing was incredible for how cold it was. And so we're texting everybody, Casey and the whole group of guys, like, we just went to this lake we'd never seen before, and it was awesome. So we're going to try to stay here another night. But there was no way we were going to leave this lake after the day that we had today to go do that. So we will catch you again tomorrow on this exact same lake, try to expand upon our pattern a little bit more, or maybe we'll do the exact same thing and try to do exactly what we did today. What do you think?
I don't know.
I guess you probably can't focus. You're watching the show too close.
Yeah, I'm watching the battle box.
Next day we get up. That's probably one of the most I've ever been excited in my life to go fishing. We've never had this happen ever before. We put it on the trailer last night and it was obviously in the teens, and now the boat just floated all the way over there and it won't come off the trailer because it's frozen to the trailer. I'd assume it'll unfreeze at some point, right? Yeah! We got out of the water and we went exactly where we went the day before. Yeah. Except this time it had got to the point, I think pretty early, where it was above freezing. You could cast an Alabama rig. As a whole, the Alabama rig had come out super popular for 2 or 3 years, got banned by all the major tournament organizations because it was so effective. And then the fish got conditioned. And for almost 10 years, the Alabama rig really just like gradually died. And the interest in it and the sales went way down, where it was like the hottest bait. Little mini A rig, got some blades on it. Got 2 teasers up top without hooks. You can actually have 5 hooks in Texas, but this is how it was rigged up, and they don't eat the top ones hardly ever anyway. So this is my favorite swim bait to throw on an A-rig. And we caught every single fish that we threw out on forward-facing sonar the entire day.
Pretty much.
We probably caught 40 fish over 5 pounds.
That morning, we caught tons of fish. Tons.
I got one. You bet. Bingo. Double! Double!
Didn't know if it was forward-facing sonar, if it was a lake that was untouched, if it was the cold front conditions that made them bite so good. Wow, this is unbelievable. Is this the way fishing is going to be forever now?
Based on
all right, one more. And so like, I got an idea. Let's tie on a double Alabama rig. All right, we're on a pretty damn good Alabama rig bite, and so we thought, why not just double it up? Maybe if we start catching them on this, we can triple it up. So we have 1 A rig with 4 guys, all teasers, because you can only have 5 hooks in this state. So we got 4 teasers, no hooks on this one, hooked to another guy. All of them have blades. This one has 8 blades, this has 4 blades. So we got 12 blades, 5 hooks on this one, and 4 teasers. If you add that all up, it equals donkeys. And I pan over and I was like, oh, look at that one. It looks like a 12-pounder.
He did say that. Literally said that.
It looks like a fucking 12-pounder down there.
And so I fire over to it and it comes up and locks on. I'm just like, oh, like with Joe's big rod, big braid, 2 Alabama rigs on it.
Slam down drag that I did.
Drag was all the way cranked down. I thought I had snagged it or it was a catfish or something.
Oh, it's a giant. Look at that thing. Dude, help. In the side. Dude, it's got one in the mouth.
Yeah, definitely has it in the mouth.
Get him!
Oh my.
That's my biggest ever!
Oh my god.
Dude! Oh my god!
11.
Yeah! Oh my god! Look at that thing!
11-15.
Freaking 12? Just shattered. That's my first double digit ever, dude. I hook another giant one, fire to the boat, get it in. Another 12-pounder.
I can't even pick it up.
Oh my, holy
God.
12, right on the money. 12 on the money.
2 12s in the same day, in the same spot? Give me some, Gina!
I mean, you see bass like that on the wall and stuff, but, you know, I'd never really seen one that big in person, that's for sure.
At that point, like, I had never caught a fish over 9 pounds. I caught 2 12-pounders and all these other fish. We fished 2 spots now. What are we gonna find if we keep going? Obviously, things are going better than we ever could have imagined right now.
I do remember exactly what happened. I was panning it, and Cole, I'm like, Cole, that looks like a good one. You could tell it was big. And I'm like, I got him.
Right on him. Oh!
Yeah, it was different than anything I've ever felt, ever. Literally, like I said, a bowling ball. And I mean, except for the bowling balls fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it. This is it, maybe. This is a big one. This is a big one.
I got goosebumps. Yeah,
about
it was
that.
great. I mean, instantly, I mean, I knew it was the biggest bass I'd ever seen in my life as soon as it come to the surface.
Oh! Yeah! Yeah! Sherlock or dude! Oh my God! Oh my God! Mark! That one! Oh my God! Look at that thing!
That's the fish dreams are made of right there, boys.
Oh,
You just it multiple hooks out.
Oh, dude.
dude, that's a 13!
That's a 14 or 15. that thunder. Are you kidding? Look at the eyeballs!
Look at
Look at
him!
his eyeballs!
Look at his eyeballs!
You don't realize how big a fish like that is until you're actually holding it. I mean, you sit there and look at it, it's like huge, but that thing, I mean, its belly was so big and the mouth, I mean, it's unbelievable when you hold a fish that size.
It's probably the biggest fish we'll ever see the rest of our lives.
Oh man.
So as far as the size, being a 16-pound and 4-ounce bass, I've never seen a bass that big, and I've fished professionally for 16 years at arguably the best bass lake in the country. I've never in person seen a fish that big. So, you know, what I would consider a really trophy bass would be a 7, 8, 9-pound bass. Now, a 10-pounder is a once-in-a-lifetime bass. And so to see these guys show up from Nebraska, the coldest 4 days in the history of Texas, snow everywhere, we can't even start our trucks, and they catch a 16-pound, 4-ounce bass. Kind of mind-boggling, really.
16th biggest bass in the history of Texas. And Texas is the bass fishing state. But the biggest thing was, it was the biggest bass in 20 years caught in Texas. So this was the biggest bass caught in Texas in a very, very long time. And we just accidentally went to this lake. That is the second day we were there.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah! Yeah! Give me that! Okay, we gotta go. Let's go back to the rant. This is.
And so we get the fish and we start running through things. We're like, we should turn it in for a share lunker because then you get a mount, a replica.
Well, it's like, that's all I really cared
It
about.
was, yeah. So on the way in, we'd remember we saw Elm Creek Marina. It looked completely closed. No one was there. It closed, of course, because of the storm. And so we're like, maybe someone there will have a scale, a phone, anything. And so we go there. We're driving up there. It's at the top of the road, and we see a truck about to pull out. We weren't sure if he was an employee. We weren't sure if he was the owner. We weren't sure if it was just someone stopping in to see if they were open and just a customer. But once we got his attention, he kind of said, "Yeah, I run this place. You know, what do you need?"
How are you doing? David Wahardo. I'm the owner of Elm Creek Marina, RV and campgrounds, along with my wife, Monica. I've never been an expert fisherman. I'll never claim to, but I love merchandising. I love being able to get product the customers are needing. And let me tell you, when I started seeing the fish that they were catching out of this lake, it was amazing to me. We didn't have any idea what was about to happen. You know, there was an ice storm and things were very quiet. And then I met these two guys that, you know, had caught a big fish. And I remember I had this dumb looking scale who was certified. and he was approved, but it was just the weirdest thing, and I didn't know what the big deal was.
You've got to be kidding me!
And they bought the biggest fish that I had ever seen.
Right here. Okay. And then you can use either unit hold or tear through, and then just put the fish on there.
Okay. You gotta, do you wear just the fish or in a bag?
No, just the fish.
Because when you
put the, yeah.
Can we put a clip on there so we don't have to hook it under the gill? Okay.
Yeah.
Then we'll tear it. That's incredible, Joe. 0 on the official scale.
There's 16.4.
There you go.
Can we lock it in?
It's 16.4.
No, that's gonna be it right there. Right there, brother.
He has a board there and of the lake record. And he's like, you got the lake record. You know, he said that immediately right after that.
You got it.
Sweet. 2010.
Now,
It's the lake record. The mouth won't even shut. Thing's huge. 27. The whole thing has to be in the picture, Cole.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Y'all have broken 2010.
Yeah, that was the lake
11
record.
years.
Get a girth measurement quick. You want to be right there, right? This will be good for a mount. Got it? Cool. 23 3/4 inch girth. Texas is the best state probably in the country by a lot when it comes to developing these trophy fisheries. So we're able to catch fish like we did yesterday, but they have a program called the Share Lunker program. So they actually take those fish all around the state. There's different places that they will come and get that 13+ pound fish. We have an opportunity at genetics, which is the most important thing in growing big fish, to have them be in future generations, which is absolutely unbelievable. Yeah, so we had what, 5 hours in between OH Ivie and Choke Canyon?
It's a ways.
4.5, 5 hour drive. And so we've get off the water and we're like, let's just head that way. Let's head south, get on our phone, start calling. So we finally get reception. One of the first calls we make is we get a hold of Share Lunker and we talk to them. And they said, like, they're like, so you left the lake? We're like, yeah, we couldn't get a hold of anybody because we had no reception. So they're like, can you divert and meet us at this location? We'll have some guys there. When will you be there? And so we tell them, and we're like, all right, cool. So
It's the middle of the night.
Middle of the night. We literally got there at midnight. That's a freak.
The funny part too was those guys that, I mean, this is what these guys do for a living. You know, they handle big bass. And the one guy said, he's like, I've never seen a bass that big. He had never
20 some years. He said, I've never.
Actually, knew it, and he says that on the video. I've never seen a bass that big.
So, you caught her?
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe. Joe? I've been doing this for 20 years. I've never handled a fish that big. If I hadn't seen the fish, and I wouldn't have believed you. As cold as it is, I would think those fish would just be on the bottom doing nothing.
We get up the road, we get to reception. I remember my phone starts going off. And it's like Ronnie, it's Casey, it's Zach. You guys caught a 16 pounder? And apparently David, like every tackle store owner, marina owner would do, he decided he was gonna post the picture on his Elm Creek Facebook page of Joe's fish.
Once that happened, I guess, I was naive and I just put it on Facebook. And once it hit Facebook, it just started going on fire. And then people started talking. And, you want to talk about business going vertical. At that point in time, it went vertical.
ages worth of comments. That's when the genesis really started for everyone turning west in their boats.
The phone started just, going crazy.
Things were about to change for everybody around here, and they did.
This trip might have changed Texans' mentality on a big fish, maybe forever.